baba urusirele monghadi mesia baba selamo yo halalela.
Shalom, Wakazak. Welcome to another episode of Daily Tonic in the World right here on GC Crate TV. And I remain your humble host, Daniel Fierce Lion Yashirala. And today we're going to the book of Shemoth, chapter 11, going straight down to chapter 15. And it says, And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Mizraim. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. Remember that as at this time, you don't have any kind of bank whereby you can use to send back the gold or silver that you borrowed. So now here's the question. Who actually are those neighbors? Remember that it has been said earlier that the children of Yasharel, they all dwell in the land of Goshen, which means if they are going to have any neighbors, actually to be their fellow Hebrews. But we will see who actually are the neighbors that Yahweh was referring to, that they should go and borrow gold from. And remember, this particular time now, Yahweh is about to take them away from that land of bondage. He's about to take them away from that land of Mizraim, whereby they would never see it anymore. Yahweh knew that if he asked them to go and take the spoil, take the gold and the silver, the children of Yasharel are way much more than the people of Mizraim. That was why the Mizraim were afraid that the children of Yasharel might choose to confederate with the enemies that come to wage war against them and to overcome them, because they are actually exceeding in numbers. So here that the Most High told Moshe to tell the children of Yasharel to borrow jewels of silver and jewels of gold from their neighbors. Let us see who their neighbors actually are. That is referring to that they should go and collect or borrow gold from. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of the Mizraims. Moreover, the man Moshe was very great in the land of Mizraim, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people. And Moshe said, Thus says Yahuwah, about midnight will I go out into the midst of the Mizraim, and all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim shall die. From the firstborn of Pharaohs that sits upon the throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservants that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Mizraim, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. But against any of the children of Yasharel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahuwah puts a difference between the Mizraim and Yasharel. If you look at this particular verse 7, you will see that Yahuwah won't qualify the Mizraims, the other nations, as dogs. He referred them actually as dogs. In the New Testament, the Mashiach referred that woman from the other nations. He referred her as pig. As I said that you shall not cast what belongs to the sun to pigs. Sorry, to swine, pardon me. Swine actually is also pig. You say you can't cast what belongs to the sun to dogs, or cast your pail to swine. The other nations actually, they are nothing to the Most Higher. That's why I said here that he has put, that they shall know that Yahuwah puts a difference between the Mizraim and the children of Yasharel. So every other nation that's out there trying to think maybe, yeah, we are this, we are that, the Most Higher and playing no games. If you are not his people, you are not his people. That's it. The only thing that can save you, the Hades actually, is if you can humble yourself down and be prepared that I want to get my soul saved from the judgments coming. That is the only thing that can save your soul, for real. Don't think that I will get to the kingdom, I'll be the same like children of Yasharel. It is better for you to escape the fire coming than for you to get burnt in the fire. That I do tell most of the heathens. It's better you obey the commandment of Yahuwah now and escape that fire coming. It's better to be a slave in the kingdom as an heathen than to get burnt by the fire of Yahweh's jealousy coming upon the earth. It's either you choose one, either to die in that fire or stay alive and become a slave. And I know, like if there's a particular musician in Nigeria here that sings a song, it says, nobody won't die, but they won't go heaven. It means nobody wants to die, but yeah, they want to make the kingdom. So I'm sure some of the aliens actually who truly have the right mind, humble themselves and say, no matter what's going to happen, even though we are going to kill them as handmaid, I will still obey Yahuwah and serve the people so that I can escape the fire coming. Let's push on. And all this your servants shall come down unto you and bow down themselves unto you, saying, get you out and all the people that follow you. And after that, I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Mizraim. And Moshe and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Yasharel go out of his land. Chapter 12. And Yahuwah spoke unto El Moshe and El Aharon in the land of Mizraim, saying, this month shall be the beginning of months unto you. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Now, at this point, probably that particular time might be maybe the 8th month, it might be the 7th month in the land of Mizraim. But Yahuwah said, since I'm taking you out of this land, I am pressing that reset button, which means I'm taking you to go back to the start. This day shall be the beginning of month unto you, the first month of the year. It can be the 8th month at that period, he don't care. But Yah said, since I'm taking out of this land today, this day mark it, it will be the beginning of months unto you. And it will be the first month of the year unto you. 3. Speak unto all the assemblies of Yasharel, not churches of Yasharel. Assemblies of Yasharel, not camps of Yasharel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. Which means, for example, now let me give an example. My father actually, before he died, he has 7 children, with himself and my mother making us 9 in that house. So Yahweh said, everybody, each man should get himself a lamb for a house. But imagine the case whereby it's just a man, his wife, and just 2 children. What will they do? Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to unto his house take it according to the numbers of the soul. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish. You see that? It said that if that house has few people, let his neighbor beside him, let them join together to feed on that lamb. Because it's not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible for you to say you want to take that one lamb and eat it all when you're out of number. Definitely remember, if you take too much of meat, you start having running stomach and you start stooling, you start purging. So let's press on. It says, your lamp must be without blemish. Now, when it says your lamp must not be without blemish, it simply means your lamp should be in good health condition. You look at the case that because actually I'm broke right now because I don't have cash, let me buy the cheapest ram or the cheapest lamb or the cheapest goat. So you now go to there, we are selling the goat, and you go and buy goat that has broken hand or broken leg or has one black eye. Maybe they actually maybe have peradventure while they're bringing the goods, transporting the goods, one of the goods get one eye blind. You are not meant to buy such kind of animal. For the Passover, ensure that your lamb and your goat, like which you want to use, must not have blemish. They must be sound in health. No broken hand, no broken leg, no I'm walking like this. No. Let your lamb and let your goat be in good health condition without health blemish. A male of the first year, another instruction. You must not get a female goat or a female lamb. It must be a male goat or a male lamb. Of the first year, which means this lamb or this goat must be between the range of 1 year below. It must be of the first year, 1 year below. Don't go and pick a lamb of 1 year and 2 weeks. Don't pick a lamb of 1 year and 1 day. You can prefer to take a lamb of 11 months and 28 days, no problem. You can take a lamb of 11 months and 2 weeks, no problem. Don't try to take a lamb that's above 1 year. Ye shall take it out of the sheep or from the goats, out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. Can you see that? It's an instruction that we will keep. You must have gotten your lamb or your goat from the 10th day of the month. Yes, my daughter, say shalom. You must have gotten your lamb or your goat from the 10th day of the month. That's an instruction. Don't say that it's tomorrow is the Passover. Let me go and get my lamb today. No, don't get it a day before. Let your lamb be prepared. Go and buy your lamb ready from on the 10th day. And it will be killed on the 13th day of that same month. It says on the 13th, until the 13th day of the same month, the whole multitude of the assembly of Yasharel shall kill it in the evening. He never says you kill it in the morning or kill it at noon. Kill it in the evening. When the sun actually is going down, that's the evening. So for those who are actually doing the Passover, saying that we don't have much time to spend here, do not kill your lamb in the afternoon or kill your lamb in the morning. You are going against the commandment. The instruction was that you must kill that lamb in the evening when the sun is retiring back to go down. That's the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and the upper door post of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and mastsa. The word matzah, not master, mastsa. It simply means unleavened bread. It's pronounced mastsa. And with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire. Instruction: don't ever think you can boil your so-called Passover lamb or Passover goat. And you must not also peel the falls away with water. It must be burnt with fire, roast with fire. It says his head with his leg, and with the putenance thereof, which means the head, the legs, and even those other on this side in Africa, which is Nigeria. My tribe where I came from, we call it Tinuero, which means the intestine, some eatable parts in the intestine. Those are the putenance. It says, and there shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remain of it until the morning, until the morning, ye shall burn with fire. That's instruction. Eat the lamb all that night. Even though you want to eat that lamb till 5 o'clock, till 4 o'clock, when it's still dark, no problem. Continue. But once the sun is rising on the morning, whatever is left from that lamb or that goat, you must burn it. It must be burnt with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hands. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Pesach. Why do you think Yahweh asked them to have their loins girded up, their shoes on their feet, and their staffs in their hand, and they should eat it in haste? Because Yah knew that it's possible that they might be slow in a way, but definitely there's probability that he would have started killing the children of Mishraim, and they would have even sent them away. And they might even be eating the Passover when they shall be like, leave. But actually, is that what actually happened? Let's confirm. For I will pass through the land of Mishraim this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Mishraim, both man and beast. And against all the Elohai of Mishraim, I will execute judgment. I am Yahuwah. And the blood shall be to you for a mark upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mishraim. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. And ye shall keep it a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. That is why I pity some of those Hebrews that keep saying, no, since the Messiah have come, is actually a Passover lamb. No. The instruction from Yahuwah was that this will be a memorial to our nation, to our generations, throughout our generations. And he said, we shall keep it as a feast by an ordinance forever. Remember, when he said that unto your generations, throughout your generations, remember that a generation ends when everyone from that lineage dies. That is when that generation actually has ended. But since we are still alive, since we still have a generation of children of Yasharel, this memorial continues and it exists forever. That is a commandment and instruction from Yahuwah. He says, 7 days shall ye eat master, that's unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away all leaven out of your houses, which means everything that has rising agents in it. That's what they call leaven. You shall take it out of your houses. For whomsoever eat kamet means living bread, which means your bread that has yeast, the bread that is swollen, those ones with yeast. Whosoever shall eat kamet from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Yasharel. And in the first day, there shall be a holy assembly, not a holy camp, not a holy church, a holy assembly. And in the 7th day, there shall be a holy assembly to you. No matter of works shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. That only be done of you. Which means this period, don't give yourself to any kind of severe works. Maybe you're trying to start some general house cleaning, start washing, making laundries. He said, let it be that it's only what you must eat. The only work that should be done should be the works of food. Just the meal you want to eat during that Passover is what you are meant to do. If you have heaps of clothes to wash, keep them till after the Passover. Keep all those domestic chores, the high ones. Not that you not say that because they say it's the Passover, you cannot sweep your house. If your house is dirty, you are naturally just dirty. We're talking about the major, bigger house chores, like making some kind of heavy laundries, trying to clear some grass around the lawns. That is what he doesn't want. No civil works, no works must be done in them. 17, and you shall guard the feast of Matzah, the feast of unleavened bread. For in the self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Mishraim. Therefore shall ye guard this day in your generation by an ordinance forever. And in the first month of the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat matzah until the 120th day of the month. You see that? Which means from the sundown of the 14th day, when the Passover starts, you will eat it until the 21st, that's the 120th day of the same month at even. Which means the Passover actually started from the sundown of the 14th day, that's the 15th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, sorry, pardon me, even on the 14th day, right? 14th day, 15th day, the 16th day, the 17th day, the 18th day, the 19th day, the 20th day, and the 21st day. Not 21st, 21st day. That's 20, the 120th day. 7 days. Let's press on. Until the even, 19. 7 days shall there be no garment found in your houses. For whomsoever eats that which is garment, even that soul shall be cut off from the assembly of Yasharel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. See that? That even the slaves, the handmaids, the heathen among us who are strangers, they must keep the same feast. And they must not have any living or rising agent in their houses. You must put it out. So if you are one of the people actually that has the living in your house, if you know that it can get spoiled, the best thing is just give it out to those who are not keeping the commandment, rather than keeping them in your house. If you don't have a particular garage where you can keep things outside your house, just give out those livings to the people. Yahweh will replace it, will multiply. Verse 20. Ye shall eat nothing with garment. That means during that 7 days, you must not eat anything that has rising agent in them. In all your habitations, ye shall eat matzah. Then Moshe called all the elders of Yasharel and said unto them, withdraw out and take a lamb according to your family, and kill the Pesach. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood, and dip in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out of the door until the morning. Which means if you are meant to take your Passover as well, you are meant to take your Passover inside the house, not outside the house. Take your Passover inside the house. For Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Mishraim. And when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And you shall guide this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye shall come to the land which Yahuwah will give you, according as he has promised, that ye shall guard this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of Yahuwah's Pesach, who passed over the houses of the children of Yasharel in Mishraim, when he smote the Mishraim and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their head and worshipped. And the children of Yasharel went away and did as Yahuwah has commanded Moshe and Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass that at the midnight, Yahuwah smote all the firstborn in the land of Mishraim, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all the servants and all the Mishraim. And there was a great cry in Mishraim, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moshe and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Yasharel, and go serve Yahuwah as you have said. Also, take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone and bless me also. If the same Pharaoh that said them that, okay, let only the men go, let the women stay, let the children stay, let your flock stay. Now they are saying that everybody come and go because you don't know what can happen next. See what it says. Verse 32. And it says, and also your flocks and your herds are as ye have said, and ye bless me also. 33. And the Mishraim were urgent upon the people, which means they are making them, they were hasting children of Yasharel. Oh yeah, no time. And that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they say, we be all dead men. You see that? When they saw frogs, they were gallant. When they saw lights, they were gallant. When they saw flies, they said no shaking. When the water turned to blood, they said no shaking. But when they start counting dead, they were like, it's high time you people go. Because if we say we should wait till morning now, we all will be dead men. Verse 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading dough being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Yasharel did according to the word of Moshe. And they borrowed of the Mishraim jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. So when Yahweh said earlier that they should go and borrow jewels of gold and silver from their neighbor, he's not talking about their fellow Hebrew neighbors. He's talking about their neighbors, the Mishraims. And Yah knows that once they leave that land, they are never coming back. So what is everything they borrowed actually for the Mishraims? It is a gone. 34. Sorry, we are in 36. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Mishraim, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Mishraim. And the children of Yasharel journeyed from Ramses to Sukkot, about 600,000 on foot that were men, besides children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them. Imagine if we can count 600,000 on foot that were men, not women, no, not children, no. He said besides children. Now we have 600,000 men of Yasharel on foot. And we all know that when it comes to population, everybody knows that women have a high population than men. So that means if we are trying to calculate the census right now, and we already have 600,000 men on foot, we should be expecting about times 6, or if possible, times 10 of the men will be the women. Which means if we are having, for example, if we are having about 600,000 men on foot, then we should be expecting 6 million women as well, aside from children. And we know that children actually are being born in numbers. So now calculate the so-called 6 million women times about, let us say, minimum of 4 or 5, let us say 5 children. 6 million times 5, that is about 30 million children. And aside from that, they still have mixed multitude that also came out with them. These was actually are the other nations that are not Mishraim, who are also enforced, who are also enslaved in that land. They also moved with children of Yasharel as well. To tell you that right from the time of our forefathers, the other nations actually have mixed with us. They are not our people, they are mixed up with us, even till this day. Let us press on. Verse 38. And the mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they begged matzah cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Mishraim, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Mishraim and could not tarry, neither and they prepare for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning, the children of Yasharel, who dwelt in the land of Mizraim and in the land of Canaan, and they and their fathers was 430 years. That means from the time of Yitzhak till that time that they left that land. It says, now the sojourning of the children of Yasharel, who dwelt in the land of Mizraim, in the land of Canaan, and in the land of Canaan, they and their fathers was 430 years, which means so within the space of 430 years, that the situation of Joseph and this particular time happened. So now let us ask ourselves, do you know how many generations actually would have passed within that space of 430 years? That was why the new king over the Mizraim never knew Joseph. You see that? Let us press on. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of Yahuwah went out of the land of Mizraim. It is a night to be much observed unto Yahuwah for bringing them out of the land of Mizraim. This is that night of Yahuwah to be observed of all the children of Yasharel in their generations. It's never said a morning. It's not that it is a morning. It is a night, to tell you that time actually from Genesis, as we have read the previous episode. The first episode make us understand that when Yahweh will count time, it is from the even to the morning, which means from that night to the next sundown. That is how Yahweh counts time. Let us press on 42 and verse 33 now. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe and unto Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Pesach. There shall no stranger eat thereof. There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. So for those ladies that are not circumcised, you cannot eat or partake of the Passover. That's an instruction. So we don't want to have those heathens who don't circumcise their male children, thinking that they can come in and come and eat the Passover. If you try to eat the Passover uncircumcised, you have eaten a death warrant. Because Yahweh never spared those who disobey him. That's my daughter pounding me now there. Let's press on. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. You shall not carry forth out of the flesh abroad, out of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. That's why I do advise, if you are keeping the Passover, it is better that when you kill your lamb, debone stop it. If you are observing the Passover, ensure that you debone your lamb or you debone your goat. Because Yahweh said, we must not break any bone. That definitely, for example, those of us who are in Nigeria here, we crack bones. Even chicken bones, even when you buy meat and the meat has a soft bone, we crack it. So Yahweh knew this and he said, we must not break a bone. So nothing like, yeah, eating, delicious. And you're not, he don't want to. So if you want to do your Passover, debone your lamb or debone your goat. You must not break a bone. Let's keep reading. Verse 47. All the assembly of Yasharel shall keep it, and when a stranger shall sojourn with you, and will keep the Pesach to Yahuwah, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One Torah shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourn among you. Which means one commandment: if you must eat the Passover, you must be circumcised. So even if in the kingdom to come, when the Hades also join to us, according to Isaiah chapter 14, if they join to us as handmaid, they must be circumcised. Because in that kingdom to come, only one thing stands, that's Yahuwah's commandment. So whether they like it or not, as Hades, they must be circumcised. Expression. Thus did all the children of Yasharel as Yahuwah commanded Moshe and Aharon. So did they. And it came to pass the self same day that Yahuwah did bring the children of Yasharel out of the land of Mishraim by their armies.
Who said that the righteous also can pull up a righteous sword? Lamentation chapter 4 verse 2 says that the sons of Israel are also referred as unto fine gold. This is enough to tell you that you can rock your swag and still yet be righteous. Join Great Awakening Clothing today to get the best of outfits, putting nice print, propagating the truth through your clothing to the face of every human on the street. We have it in varieties, from the face cap to the different designs of clothes, putting out the truth right on the clothes you're wearing, and also rocking the truth righteously in your swag, which I call the righteous swag of Great Awakening Clothing. That's why we are called Clothing That Ministers. For booking and order, please call +1 7 2 5 2 1 8 7 9 9 1. You can also visit our website at www.greatawakeningclothingline.com. Great Awakening Clothing LLC, the clothing that ministers.
Activate. 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 Activate.
For sponsorship, advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. So now we are in chapter 13. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborns, whatsoever opens the womb among the children of Yasharel, both of men, both of man, and of beast, it is mine. And Moshe said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Mishraim, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand, Yahuwah brought you out from this place. There shall no garment be eaten. So for those of you actually who don't really know what is called the land of Egypt, of Mishraim, in the scriptures, it's counted as the house of bondage. For this day came ye out in the month of Aviv, and it shall be when Yahuwah shall bring you into the land of the Canaanim, and the Kittim, and the Amorim, and the Kivim, and the Jevusim, which he swore unto your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep this service in this month. 7 days you shall eat matzah, and in the 7th day shall be a feast to Yahuwah. Matzah shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no garment be seen with you, neither shall there be living seen with you in all your quarters. And you shall show your son in that day, saying, this is done because of that which Yahuwah did unto me when I came forth out of Mizraim. And it shall be a sign unto you upon your hand, and for a memorial between your eyes, that Yahuwah's Torah may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand as Yahuwah brought you out of Mizraim. You shall therefore guard this ordinance in its appointed time from year to year. And it shall be when Yahuwah shall bring into the land of the Canaan, and bring you into the land of the Canaan, as he swore unto you and to your fathers, and shall give it to you, and that you shall set up apart unto Yahuwah all that open the womb, and every firstling that comes out of the beast which you have. The males shall be Yahuwah's, and the firstling of an ass you shall redeem with a lamb. And it shall come to pass, and it will not be redeemed, and if you will not redeem it, then you shall break his neck. And all the firstborn of man among your children shall you redeem. You see that? Why do you think when Yahweh will talk about the firstling of the beast, he mentioned that for the one of the ass, you should redeem it with a lamb? To tell you that everything that Yahweh gave to us, actually, even himself doesn't take unclean beasts, unclean animals for sacrifice. We all know that the asses, actually, the horses, they are cloven-footed, no problem. At the point too, as well, they might chew the cord, but they do not depart the hoof. They do not part the hoof. So definitely, it's an abomination, because Yah said, any beast that does the whole tree is clean unto you. That's why he said for the asses, you should replace it with lamb for sacrifice unto me. Verse 14, and it shall be when your son ask you in time to come, saying, what is this? But you shall say unto him, by strength of hand Yahuwah brought us out from Mizraim, from the house of bondage. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that Yahuwah slew all the firstborn in the land, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahuwah all that open the wombs, being male, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. Which means all the firstborn of the beasts that they have, which are clean beasts, they must offer a sacrifice to Yahuwah. But for the firstborn of children of Yasharel, they must be redeemed. And it shall be a mark upon your hand and for frontlet between your eyes. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought us forth out of Mizraim. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that Elohim led them not through the way of the land of Palestine, although that was near. For Elohim said, lest perchance the people repent when they see war, and they return to Mizraim. But Elohim led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Yasharel went up harnessed out of the land of Mizraim. And Moshe took the bones of Yosef with him For he has straightly sworn the children of Yasharel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones away from hence with you. Can you see that? If the prophecy that Joseph left behind was he remembered by the children of Yasharel, then why will the children of Egypt not remember that there is a particular man called Joseph who saved their nation from the worldwide famine? Verse 20. And they took their journey from Sukkot and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And Yahuwah went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and by night. To some Hebrews, they mistake this pillar of fire by night as the sun. Is it possible for us to have the sun at night? No. So definitely, Yah truly came in a pillar of fire. Imagine you are trying to walk and you see a heavy fire just gliding. The fire actually is gliding to light their path. You can easily tell them to, okay, get yourself a lamp stick and get yourself a fire and start walking. But Yah himself, he was in the pillar of fire to lead them by the way as they walk. 22. He took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before his people. You see that? To tell you that, yeah, even though they retire to sleep, Yahuwah never retired to rest, to protect his own people. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Yasharel, that they turn and encamp before Pihakiroth against Baal-Zephon. Before it shall ye camp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Yasharel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon his host, that the Mishraim may know that I am Yahuwah, and they did so. Which means all this while, Yahuwah intentionally hardened the heart of Pharaoh because he wants to get honor over Pharaoh and all his hosts. He wants to destroy them so that the people of the Mishraim can know that truly there is a Yahuwah that's above all Elohim. There's a particular Yahuwah somewhere that is greater than any king in the world. Verse 5. And it was told the king of Mishraim that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Yasharel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Mishraim, and the captains over every one of them. And Yahuwah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Mishraim, and he pursued the children of Yasharel. And the children of Yasharel went out with a high hand. But the Mishraim pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his armies, and overtook them encamping by the sea beside Pihakiroth, before Baal-Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Yasharel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Mishraim marched after them, and they were so afraid. The children of Yasharel cried out unto Yahuwah, and they said unto Moshe, because there was no grave in Mishraim, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore have you dealt thus with us? to carry us out of Mizraim? Is not this the word? Is not this the word that we did tell you in Mizraim, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Mizraim? For it had been better for us to serve the Mizraim than that we should die in the wilderness. Let's look at that. Oh, Yasharel of little faith. They never thought that Yahweh brought them out of the land of Mizraim. They still never believe that Yahweh can be able to save them from that coming and raging armies of the king of Egypt. And Moshe said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the Yeshua of Yahuwah. Don't get it twisted. The word Yeshua means salvation. Yeshua, salvation. Yahusha is Yah as salvation. That's why we call that's why the son was called Yahusha. Yeshua means salvation. Yahusha means Yah our salvation. So don't mistake Yeshua for Yahusha. Let's read on. Verse 14. Yahuwah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Wherefore cry you unto me? Speak unto the children of Yasharel, that they go forward. That they go forward, and lift up your rod, and stretch out your hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Yasharel go on the dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Mizraim, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, and upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the Mizraim shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh and upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the angel of Elohim, which went before the camp of Yasharel, removed and went behind them, and a pillar of cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. Just say that. Remember that before, it was walking before them, in front of them, as a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire by night. But when the picture of Mizraim were coming, that angel left from before them and came behind them to face the adversary coming against them. I want you to take note of these scriptures we are reading. At this point, he said an angel that represents that pillar of cloud, the angel of Elohim, which went before them, before the camp of Yasharel, removed and went behind them. Take note of this angel we are talking about, because the time will come in the further episode when we get there that you see where I spoke about the same angel that walked with children of Yasharel, which actually came in the flesh. We'll get there when we get there. Verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Mizraim and the camp of Yasharel, and it was a cloud and darkness upon them, but it gave light by night to this, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moshe stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahuwah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. Now, here's my question. If you observe, Yahuwah keep hearing things about the eastward of Eden, the east wind, the east. Even when they want to lie to us, the Ashkenazis Jewish, they will say the Middle East. What is called Middle East? Though it actually had a thing to do with the East, but it's so disheartening that those who are even in the East, they are messed up. They are prideful. They act as if they know it all. They know nothing. They think they know that they are chosen, but yet they follow the ways of Judaism. How does that portray who you are? Their matter is just like the same case of Esau, because his father told Yaakov, "Go and pick a wife of my people." Instead, he went to go and pick a wife of his grandfather's stepbrother. They know that they are awakened. But instead of to do the right thing, they go after the wrong thing. Those from the East. Let's press on. Verse now we are in verse 22. And the children of Yasharel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry land, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Mizraim pursued and went in after them in the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning, watched Yahuwah looked upon the host of the Mizraim through the pillar of fire and the cloud, and troubled the host of the Mizraim, and took off their wheels, that they drove them heavily, so that the Mizraim said, "Let us flee from the face of Yasharel, for Yahuwah fights for them against the Mizraim." And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, "Stretch out your hand over the sea, and the waters may come again upon the Mizraim, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen." And Moshe stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Mizraim fled against it. And Yahuwah overthrew the Mizraim in the midst of the sea, and the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Yasharel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were the wall unto them in their right hand and on their left. Thus Yahuwah saved Yasharel that day out of the hand of the Mizraim. And Yasharel saw the Mizraim dead upon the seashore. And Yasharel saw that great work which Yahuwah did upon the Mizraim. And the people feared Yahuwah and believed Yahuwah and his servant Moshe. The last chapter for today, chapter 15. Then sang Moshe and the children of Yasharel this song unto Yahuwah, and spoke, saying, "I will sing unto Yahuwah, for he has triumphed gloriously, and the horse and the riders as he thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he is become my Yeshua. He is my hell, and I will prepare him a habitation, my father's Elohai, and I will exalt him. Yahuwah is a man of war. Yahuwah is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host as he cast into the sea. And his chosen captain also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank in the bottom of the stone as a stone. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, is become glorious in power. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has dashed in pieces the armies. And in the greatness of your excellency, you have overthrown them that rose up against you. You sent forth your wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of your nostril, the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will devour the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. You blew with your ruach, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto you, O Yahuwah, among the Elohim? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? This is where that song came from. Who is like unto you, O Yahuwah? Who is like unto you, O Yahuwah? Among the Elohims, who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Hallelujah. For those who actually don't know where that song came from, is where it came from. So, and I hope that Yah's will consecutively or constantly will see have other Hebrew musical artists who can come to the same chapter to pick up this song and let us sing that same song unto Yahuwah ahead of the coming victory coming unto our nation. 12. You stretched out your right hand, and the earth swallowed them. For you, in your mercy, have led forth the people which you have redeemed. You have gathered them in your strength unto your holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitation of Pelesheth. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed, the mighty men of Moab. Trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. So in case of those Edomites who we have today, get your dukes and yourselves ready to be amazed at the coming judgment coming. The dukes of Edom actually are those Elites now who are operating in their wickedness. Let them start getting themselves prepared for the coming judgment over them. Verse 16. Fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of your army. They shall be as still as a stone till your people pass over. O Yahuwah, till the people pass over which you have purchased. You shall bring them in and plant them in the mountains of your inheritance, in the place, O Adonai, which you have made for you to dwell in it, in the sanctuary, O Yahuwah, which your hand have established. Yahuwah shall reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen in the sea, and Yahuwah brought again the waters of the sea upon them. And the children of Yasharel went on dry land in the midst of the sea.
Who said that the righteous don't party? Are you hoping to hold a show having an exclusive DJ come to mix with righteous songs from various Hebrew artists coming from different parts of the world, bringing their unique voices to praise Yahuwah using the ministry of songs, and also having a DJ who can help us mix the sync of musics together to make you shake your body and dance off your sorrow righteously? Please contact DJ UL Kingdom Music.
Yo, shalom and peace. Be encouraged. This is DJ UL. Hold on to the vision the Most High gave you. He will bring it to pass.
For booking and inquiry, please call DJ Joel on +1 770 256 2241. Call us today and let's make your event a memorable one. Joel Kingdom Music, bringing the vibe of righteousness into your event. For sponsorship, advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. And I also apologize for that distraction. So I just press on. Verse 20. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aharon, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dance. If you observe, Miriam actually was a prophetess, but she was not asked to come there to come and prophesy to the people. She was actually there to even usher the women into singing and dances. So as I do advise some sisters, though you might know the word, but my best advice for you is you can do your teachings only to sisters alone. But whenever you see men there, it is very, very wrong of you to think you cannot support it over a man. The question is, will you obey Yahuwah or you want to obey yourself? That's why sometimes I wonder how some women who claim to be in the truth are comfortable standing in a place where there are gathering of men, and you think you can stand there to teach. You can come and teach the condition about some other things, but you have no right to come there to teach the word as a woman where men actually are seated. If you don't believe this, if you go to the book of 1 Timothy, let me go there real quick. The book of 1 Timothy. Remember that everything actually is written precept upon precept. It says, verse 2 Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 2. Now we'll take him from verse 11 to verse 12. It says, let the women learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. So for you sisters who might have given a particular assignment, or you might have been called by Yahuwah, you have no right to come and teach or usurp authority over a man where you see men gathering. If you are in a place where you have to teach, and there are men there as well, you have no right to teach the word as a woman. If you do this, you are going against Yahuwah. Though he actually might have called you to be a prophet unto him or a prophetess unto him. But when you try to do as if, yes, you can teach anyone, including men, you have allowed pride sets in and you are digging your own grave. Because no one actually can go against Yahuwah and you not get your own judgment. Let's press on. And Miriam answered them, sing ye to Yahuwah, for he has triumphed gloriously. The hearse and his rider has he thrown into the sea. So Moshe brought Yasharel from the Red Sea, and they went into the land, into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink the water of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name was called Marah. The name of it was called Marah. And people murmured against Moshe, saying, what shall we drink? And he cried unto Yahuwah, and Yahuwah showed him a tree, which when he had cast it into the waters, the water were made sweet. There are made by a people a statute and an ordinance, and he proved them, and said, if you will definitely hearken to the voice of Yahuwah, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ears to his commandments, and guard all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon you, which I have brought upon the Mishraim, for I am Yahuwah Rofika. Last verse for today, 27. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and three scores and 10 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. So can you see that? So with that being said, I believe that we will actually have learned from today's episode of the program. See you tomorrow, Yas will, on the same program, Daily Tonic in the Word, right here on GC Create TV. And I remain your humble host, Daniel Fierce Lion Yashirala. And with this I say, bye for now.